In today's video, we're going to be talking about new fund offering from ICICI Prudential, which is called the Nasdaq 100 Index Fund. Now, as this name suggests, I think it's amply clear that this fund is going to be investing in the Nasdaq 100 Index, which is based out in US. And this new fund offer is opening on 27 September and closing on 11th October 2021. Why ICICI is asking you to go global is what we are going to be covering in this particular video. My name is Amit. You're watching Every Paisa Matters. Let's get video started. Firstly, why is ICICI asking you to go global? The companies that are listed in Nasdaq 100 Index, they have a number of patents in cloud computing, digital platform, e-commerce, driverless cars, artificial intelligence, and cashless economy. And this is where the future is headed. And as all of you must be aware that this is what we are hearing day in, day out. And ICICI is saying that you can tap upon some of these themes and opportunities, as well as diversify your investment by going global. Now, since this is a global fund, hence the investment in this particular fund will be treated akin to any debt mutual fund, and you will be taxed accordingly, which we'll cover later in the video. Also, what you need to know is that since this is an index fund, hence index funds are passive investment opportunities, and what the fund manager has to do is simply mimic the original index, and thus there's no active management. They will usually have low fund management fees. The investor need not worry about where the money is getting invested, because that's simply going to be in the Nasdaq 100 companies. Let's quickly have a look at what are these Nasdaq 100 companies where the money is going to get invested. And on your screen, you can now see that these are the various Nasdaq 100 index companies. Over here you can see that the market capitalization is shown, and basis the percentage of market capitalization that each of the stock has in Nasdaq 100 index, your money will be invested accordingly by the fund manager. Coming back to this particular pack, the reason why you're being asked to go global is to take the benefit of diversification. So if you see, this particular slide shows the return of stock market indices for each country. India as well as some of the developed countries have been shown on this particular screen, and you see the return from US indices is 35.2% in 2019, and 2020 it was 43.6%, and the only negative return was in 2018, which is negative 3.9%, which in comparison to India is quite stronger, because in 2015 we had negative return, but the other years we had the maximum return of only 27.9%, and this year till date it is 20.5%. This is actually data as of 31st of August. The Sensex has moved even higher after that, and hence this number is bound to get improved. However, the returns that US indexes has given over the past 2 to 3 years have been really well, which we will also be covering later in this particular video. Now, this particular slide has been shown by ICICI Prudential, which actually I'm not very fond of or a fan of, and I think there has been some mistakes that has been done. But what it is talking about is on August 15, 1947, at the time when India got independent, a dollar was equivalent to 1 INR. However, today the value of $1 is 74.3 INR. Now, the first mistake over here is, if you read this particular statement, which says if you had invested $1 lakh in 1947, value of your wealth will be 74,30,000 today. Well, I think it should not be a dollar, it should be rupees. Had you invested that, then your wealth would have grown to this particular thing. And what they mean by that is that if you had invested 1 lakh rupees, well, actually in 1947 that would have been $1 lakh. So I think that really is correct indeed. Then that amount today is 74,30,000. But over the period of 74 years when this has been actually invested, the return is not too great. If you put the formula and try to find out the result comes out to be 6% return, which actually is just 5.99 something percent return, which is not too great if we talk about growth from 1947 till 2021. I think the only reason why it has been said is because it talks about very huge number, 74,30,000 going from 1 lakh rupees, but the actual rate of return is quite meager. Probably a better relation would have been for last 30 years, where you can see the graph has been really growing high. However, this is the reason for this is the appreciation of dollar. So what this particular fund is banking upon is two things. One is the appreciation of dollar against INR. That means the INR or the rupee weakens, and that means that the Indian economy is going to get weakened. And if such is the case, wouldn't your returns from the Indian index fund go down? Well, anyways, let's keep that aside for a moment. And the second thing they're talking about is is, of course, the companies that are there in Nasdaq, are listed under Nasdaq 100 index. They are really great companies, and the opportunity that they provide to you in terms of your capital appreciation is really great. So that's what this particular slide is talking about. So why specifically invest in US markets? Of course, we have talked about diversification of funds so that you don't have to just rely upon Indian funds or any other developing markets where you would have invested. A combination of growth and GDP. We talked about GDP, which is in terms of the US dollar appreciation. It has the highest share in the global equity markets, which we will also see in a short span of time. And it's a developed country with mature markets. It's one of the oldest indexes that has been around. If we talk about US share in the global equity markets, we can say that the US holds for 59% of the global market capitalization, and the market cap of Nasdaq 100 index is approximately 16 to 17 times of Nifty 50 index that we currently had. And if it is compared to Nifty 100 index, it is still around 8 to 9 times of market cap of that particular index. Now, what really is special that they're asking that will be standing out for the ICICI fund is it is going to give you exposure to the 100 largest global leading non-financial companies. As we're living in the era of globalization, I don't think it will be a surprise for you to know what companies is this money getting invested in, and what really is happening to your money. The key features that they have listed down for this Nasdaq 100 index is, of course, the globally leading companies. It has a lower correlation with Indian equity indices, which we partially covered earlier, since the companies listed in Nasdaq 100 index are not going to be the ones which is going to be listed in Nifty 50. Hence, anything happening in the US market, it will not impact the Indian market, something we have seen earlier as well. And the reason why the growth of the indexes of each of the company has been different over the years. Coming back to this particular slide, so the weightage in technology stocks, which we have seen over the past years, has been growing like wildfire, is 44%, and the Nasdaq index has grown approximately around 4 times in last 2 decades. The market capitalization we have already talked about, but if we also look at price to equity and price to book ratio, it is higher than the Nifty 50, as has been highlighted on this particular screen. Next, we talk about the access to global brands. I think every one of you must have heard of all of the brands that are put over here, as this particular fund is going to be investing in Nasdaq 100 index, which has got approximately 44% of its stake in the technology stocks. You will also see all of these big names in the top 10 holdings that are there as part of the Nasdaq 100 index market capitalization. Talking about the top 5 sectors where your money is going to get invested should you choose to invest in the ICICI Prudential Nasdaq 100 index fund. The 44% investment will go in IT, 29% will go in communication services, 15% will go on consumer discretionary, 3% in companies dealing in consumer services, and 2% in the companies which are dealing in the industrials. The top 10 holding is there in your screen, and you can see that Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Facebook, PayPal, Adobe, all being technology companies. That is where your money is going to get invested, and that will constitute the 44% that we have been talking about. The performance over the years. So Nifty 100 index TRI has delivered approximately 35% of compound annual growth rate in last 6 years. If you see, actually the year has been, or last few years have been really great for most of the markets, especially the last 1.5 years, the time when the corona hit, or rather when the recovery from corona started. And you would see that the performance of the Nasdaq 100 index TRI has been exceptionally well as compared to the Nifty 50 TRI and S&P 500 TRI. If we talk about the performance over the various calendar years, the Nasdaq 100 index has outperformed the Nifty 50 index approximately 6 times over the last decade. Actually, these numbers are just to give you confidence about what has happened in the past and the strength that Nasdaq 100 index brings along with it. But as you know, the past returns are no guarantee about what is going to happen in the future. If we talk about the compound annual growth rate of the 3 indexes that we've been talking about all throughout, we can see the 1 year CAGR for Nasdaq 100 has been 27.7%. Actually, Nifty has given a really great 1 year CAGR. But if you broaden the horizon to 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years, you will see that Nasdaq 100 index has been topping the charts all throughout. Talking about the reasons to invest in ICICI Nasdaq 100 index fund, we have covered it a number of times, so I'm not going to be going through this particular slide. This type of scheme is the open index fund, which means you can invest anytime and take out the money anytime. The plan options are regular and direct. If you're investing on your own, you can invest directly via the company's website. The fund manager for this fund is Priyanka Priyanka Khandelwal. Let's look at what the credentials Priyanka brings along. So if we talk about Priyanka Khandelwal, she has been overseas fund manager in equity research at analyst at ICICI, and she has been working over here for last 7 years. And I looked at the funds that she is co-managing, and Priyanka, as you can see over here, that she has been looking for overseas investment for a number of funds which are on offer by ICICI Prudential. So she brings along, I think her expertise is overseas investment, which is what ICICI is banking upon, and hence she is the front runner fund manager for this particular fund. If we talk about the investment amount, minimum application amount for this new fund offer is 1,000 rupees, and additional application amount is 500 rupees. Minimum redemption amount can be any amount, and there is nil exit road for this particular fund. Benchmark index is Nasdaq 100 index TRI, and you can have an SIP, SWP, STP scheduled for this particular fund, and you can invest daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly SIPs of 100 rupees. Minimum installment that you need to choose is 6, and quarterly SIP amount should really be 5,000 rupees. So now we come to the most important aspect, which is the riskometer, and this particular scheme or this particular fund carries a very high risk, and the benchmark riskometer risk is also very high, as we know that Nasdaq 100 index constitutes of the equity companies of US stocks, and hence what it would mean is that all your money is going to get invested in equity, and that takes the risk associated with this fund to be really high. Don't forget to read the disclaimer, and the most important thing which each and everyone says, including I will also say, that mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Please make sure that you read all the scheme related documents carefully before investment. Now, if I talk about my particular comment or my feedback, as well as how much rating, what rating does Everypaisa Matters give for this particular index, I would say that if you are already invested heavily in Indian markets, then and you're seeking for diversification, this may be a good fund for you. Of course, what we need to see is how much is the tracking error that this particular fund brings along. It's a passive fund, so the fee for the same should really be relatively low. As per Everypaisa Matters, I will give it a rating of 7 out of 10. The reason why I'm giving it a rating of 7 for now is because while it seems, or it promises good returns and seems like a strong index fund, however, the performance of the fund manager over the years as a sole or a lead runner needs to be seen. And again, the two things that I'm going to be watching out for is what is the fund management fees, what is the AMC fees that gets charged for this, as well as how much does this fund gets invested in. For the time being, this is all that I have to say, and if you have any comments or you have any feedback, please do share that in the comment section, and I'll be back with another video soon. So till then, bachate rahein, kamate rahein, because every paisa matters.